Hello. Cat, really? Right at the beginning? You're going to start off by being a pest? I don't need you behind the tablet because you're going to mess with cords, and I don't want to deal with that. So anyway, hello. Oh, it has been a week. It has been quite the week. Bleh. So much so that I forgot to do this week's Ask Fee question. So we're going to start off by doing that. And then we're going to work on the FEED model. Cat, no. Get down. You are such a butt. Here. 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 You are a pain. I'm trying to hold her back and she starts biting my pen. You're lucky you're cute. And you know it. Okay. Let's see if I can get stuff situated. Make loud noises. Okay. So, I saw this question. And at first I was like, do I want to go with like Fee being a bit autistic and being like, actually, necroos do not have belly buttons because we are not humans. Or do I have fun with it and make a drawing where it looks like she is having a horrifying realization? And I kind of want to do the horrifying realization because that just sounds fun. So, my shirt's trying to choke me. Help! I'm also experimenting with an option on YouTube where it does dual streaming thing, where it does also the vertical streaming. Problem. It does not allow me to set anything up for that, so it just shows the middle of the screen. That's not helpful, and it won't let me turn it off. So, I'm sorry if you end up watching this in, I guess, the shorts category. Just come over to the actual stream. It's fine. I don't know why it's like that. It's kind of dumb. But whatever. Okay. English. I need to get on the correct layer. Okay. I also need to minimize that. Yeah, I have had an exhausting week. Exhausting for me, because I'm pathetic now. I cleaned my parents' house on Tuesday. And anytime I've cleaned, it's always just knocked the wind out of my sails. And so one of the problems that I have is I have fibromyalgia, and I guess the flavor that I have makes it to where I have I experience lots of exhaustion and pain from doing physical activities way longer. So like the rest of the day I'm exhausted and hurting. And then I'll be even more exhausted and hurting the next day. And then I'll still be exhausted and hurting from that the day after that. And then after that is when I finally start to recover. Well, the next day I had to go over to my grandma's and clean her room because she had just moved into her new house. And see, she had a bunch of boxes and a bunch of stuff everywhere. I had to go over and clean that up. And also went through all of her clothes. And we decided what she was going to keep and what she wasn't going to keep. Because she had a bunch of stuff she hadn't even worn in decades. So that was 3 hours of doing that. And then after that, I went over and worked on the book business stuff, which required me to move a bunch of boxes of books a fair distance. Also in, like, essentially a swamp. Because of all the rain we've had, my parents' backyard is essentially a swamp. And trying to walk through that was very difficult without a boat. So, and then today, collected all those boxes that I had moved from the barn to the garage, moved it from the garage to the car, took it to one of our booths, emptied all the boxes into the shelves, rearranged all the comics we have, and all that stuff. And then come home, get a little bit of rest. Then I go pick up my nephews because I had promised that I was going to take them to the park today because it was really nice today. So I picked up my nephews, came home. We walked from my house to the Dollar Tree, which is about a half a mile. And then we walked from the Dollar Tree to a park, which was about a third of a mile. They played for about an hour, and then we walked from there to my house, which is the rest of the half of the mile. So... What? Hello, Harbor. How is you? Scaring the crap out of me. I could tell it was you, Harbor, since it says Harbor, and you're the only Harbor that I have ever known. I don't go to where boats are, so you're the only Harbor I know. But yeah, I what was it, last week I came back to streaming? Yeah, last weekend. So yeah, how is you? How is Helen? How is she with her new life of being a homesteader? Well, that's good, that's good. And she says thanks. Okay. I would assume your chat's working. I can see it. I mean, how else have I been able to respond to you? I'm gonna look up maybe if we spell it correctly, we'll actually find the thing we want. Okay, you know what? We'll just go to Pinterest for it. Pinterest. Ooh. How would Fee feel about Sin from Murder Drones? They would probably be good friends and trying to kill each other all the time. Looking up expressions of being horrified to get some ideas. Others. Yes, they would have small talk while dismembering each other. I also would imagine they would have like that girly kind of talk, like one of them slashes the other one. It's like, oh my god, who did your nails? They're so cute. Did you get new skin? Since she wears people like coats. Yeah, Sin is my favorite character in that show, naturally. World building is my worst enemy and my best friend. Yeah. Yeah, you have to treat it right. Otherwise it will remember. Like Pepperidge Farms. My father was initially mad and I was in the Murder Drone shit hosting server called MILF Fever Labs, and then he said, oh wait, son, you're too lame to be in an NSFW server. Yeah, when sometimes it's good having having a kid that you can be like, yeah, I don't really have to be too concerned about certain things. So youch. Yeah, it's kind of a give or take thing. Realizing that Sen could easily destroy Warhammer without barely trying is scary. The way her solver works, she'd just be able to corrupt every machine. And the Necrons. I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of limitations, because otherwise she wouldn't require the assistance of anybody. Well, to be fair, knowing her childlike mental state, she'd rather watch the disassembly drones do her work than do it herself. Yeah, but, I mean, she also really enjoys doing it. That's an expression of I'm not okay with that. This face just tickles me. Hey, Sledge. How was you? Don't do that. There we go. You're obsessed with garden gnomes? Did you watch Romeo and Juliet and just couldn't let go? Word spread about that? Well, I mean, Fee is a very important figure. It's a problem, and when I was an infant, I loved it. When I was a young boy, my father, he showed me Romeo and Juliet. It changed my whole life. I gotta go to church, so... Like, actually, or is this part of the bit? Hey, buddy, old chum. I'm not a Gnelf. I'm not a Gnoblin. I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed. And yes, I do. Alright. Have fun with that. Well, we might still be here when you get back. So, Sledge, I wonder if, I already forget their name, but that rapper, if they ever realize that Phee is immortal and just comes back. And if they didn't know that to begin with, and then they found out, like, what was their reaction? Ooh. Well, yeah, that's why I kind of figured it was more of a what kind of reaction or a son of a bitch. You gotta be kidding me. That's cheating. I mean, yeah. It's usually best to assume that with most interactions with Phee. The only people that Phee doesn't outright execute are the ones who have a lot of combat prowess. And she finds them to be too entertaining to be executed right away. She will, if they manage to escape or something, she will let them so that they can have another fight later. There are limits to that, but for the most part, that's what she does. I'm guessing in the AU I'm setting up my version of P only lets the pair act like they do because it amuses her and keeps things interesting. I mean, yeah, she would do that. This face is killing me. I am very amused with myself. Oh, shit. Oh. Major feed moments after sucking a lemon. That just reminds me of I did one of those facial expression charts. I didn't fill out the whole thing, but I got, I don't know, I think about half. Where are you at? I did this a long time ago. But yeah, sour face. I was very amused with myself. Which, oh, Twitch? Right here? I also was amused by happiness being that. And then murderous intent being the same thing. She is a very expressive woman. Smile. Wry smile. Embarrassed smile. Blank aloof. Same thing. I like this one. Agitated, scolding, shouting. It's just the same thing flipped. Yeah, pretty amused with that one.
I know if I drew this in as well.
I'm planning on doing a little comic that's kind of similar to that facial thing, except it's she's having a meeting with another ex-Demortai that she like never agrees with on anything, but she has to have this meeting with them, and so this person, every time they turn around from her, she just puts on her face, like the facial expression stickers, and does like mocking stuff to them, and then as soon as they turn around, it's gone, and she's just like standing there as if nothing happened. You ever do a gag where she walks around not realizing her mask is upside down? Oh, I gotta write that down. That's a good one. Alright, that one's saved to the list. Yeah, I have a text document that I just fill up with notes of either ideas for drawings or ideas for comics or things for the stories and stuff. Ugh. And it's kind of full. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's one that I want to do where, because Phee is essentially immune to temperatures up to like an extreme amount. And by that I mean heat, particularly. I think I have it where it's like almost 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit she can withstand. Because of the way that she resurrects. But that does mean she can still get burned to death by temperatures that are emitted from, I think, like blue suns and white suns, like white dwarfs, stuff like that, because those will go into insane temperatures. But like, I think a yellow sun and a red sun, she wouldn't actually be affected by the heat. She would get killed by the radiation and the pressure of the gravity if she got close enough. But she wouldn't get affected by the heat too that much. So I want to do a drawing of her taking a mud bath, but instead of it being mud, it's lava. Because lava does not get that hot, relatively speaking. I was tempted to do something like that when I did one of the Ask Phee answers where she was essentially at a sauna, but I was going to have it where like fire was raging behind her. But I decided not to because I didn't feel like it. I'm hoping that once I get like all the stuff set up for the like the 3D model rigging and all that stuff, then I will be in the mood to write, because I really want to get the writing done so I can actually like put everything together to finally publish the first book. And I also just really want to get to the stuff in the book, or in this installment of the book. Because I'm super excited about like the characters and actually setting up the conflict that Phee has with essentially her society and the other Extremorti. Oh, I just realized you said another thing. Have her read Fahrenheit 451. That would be good. Should just be reading it and just be going, this has nothing to do with fire. What the hell? Because while Phee is technically a genius, she's also an idiot. Interesting quote. I mean, she is. She's extremely smart. Part of it does come from her being an Extremorti, but part of it does come from her actually being just smart. Cat, what are you doing? Stop messing with my mouse. But the thing is that I've talked to my friends about this, and we've all agreed that she is a good representation of someone who is quite autistic. And so there are just some things she just does not get at all. And also part of it is like she likes to pretend to be an idiot because she thinks it's fun and funny. But sometimes she is actually an idiot. Which is why I made that one edit of that gif of somebody walking up to Patrick and saying, "Hey pal, you just roll in from Stupid Town," but I had Fee's face on Patrick. And I'm like, chat, I swear, she's smart. I swear. Will you stop messing with my mouse? Don't you look at me like that. You're a brat. I swear to God, cat. Oh, this cat's gonna be the end of me. I'm imagining a scenario where she reads Orwell's 1984, but instead of seeing it as a warning against dystopia or authoritarian handbook, she just thinks it's an interesting book and nothing more. Just looks at it and it's like, those are actually some good ideas. We should try some of them. Or she thinks it's a history book. Like, wow, that was a weird year. I can see her thinking it's actually a history book. Especially since Earth does not exist anymore in her timeline. So she doesn't even know what Earth is. I'm liking this shading style. It's kind of fun. Oh, ads. I need to set up a thing that warns me when ads are going to start playing. Because I would like to stop doing stuff when they're going. But that sounds like work.
Fortunately, I set it up to where it's just a minute of ads because I wasn't getting any money from it anyway. So I'm like, screw it.
Perfect idea. Major Fee reads dystopian novels, but she takes it entirely from the title. I need an example.
'Cause I don't think I fully understand what you just said. Remember, Fee, even though she's a genius, she is also an idiot. The reason why she is also an idiot because her creator is also an idiot.
Okay. Animal Farm is a confusing ranching manual. I like that one.
I like that one a lot. That one's funny. I'm just gonna do that. My brain is like, I'm trying to make words. My brain's just like,
Here's all of these words. None of them have to do with what you're talking about, but here's all these words. Use them.
it's like, you're not helping.
I still find it kind of crazy that my piece of Phee fighting the Cry got staff pick on pixel art, and now it has nearly 700 likes and over 13,000 views. Kind of wish my Phee and Doomslayer one got staff pick, but that one's covered in blood and gore, so I guess that's why I didn't get it.
Use the correct brush, please. Another thing I need to learn to do is
I need to learn any kind of music making program. My problem, though, is that it needs to be free. I had one, but I felt really overwhelmed with it, so I kind of got rid of it. I should probably get it again and just look up tutorials and stuff, but I was just like, can't. But I would really love to make some music for Phee. I used to make stuff way back in the day, and I kind of miss doing that. Fee to look up something. Okay. Here we go. Well, wrong thing. Oh no. There we go. No. Airway. Airway. This is so dumb. I love it. It's one of the things I love about doing these question things is I can just have Fee doing stupid stuff, and it's really funny. Come on. This is the 62nd question I have answered. Kind of surprised I've done this many. Okay. Let me post this to a couple places. Okay. I really need to get a new mouse. This one is so... the trackball is all sticky, and it's been sticky ever since I got it, and I don't know why. I've tried cleaning it, I've tried oiling it, I've tried whispering sweet nothings in its ear. Nothing seems to work. Okay. And send that. I'm kind of I'm gonna be not really surprised, but I'm gonna be impressed with myself when we get to 100 B questions been answered. Yeah, you're going right there. If you would also like to send me a question, link is on the white box right there. majorfee.straw.page. Send a question, and it might end up being made to be answered. And depending on how much I like the question, it could be a video answer. If you'd like just a text response, you can send a question over to Major Fee on Tumblr. Or just ask on any social media, really. You can do that. Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and follow and all that crap that you should do automatically because you love Major Fee, because everybody should love Major Fee because she's perfect. And well worth following. Okay. Posted it to the important places. One of them being pixel art. One of them being the Discord server. So if you are not in the Discord server, you should join the Discord server. Because that would be cool. I try to post things early on there. I will also discuss things about like story things that I'm working on, stuff with the books and all that. I will discuss that stuff on there as well as they develop. Also, we just kind of chill and hang out and just talk about stuff in general. Doesn't have to be about Major Fee, although it should be. Because why would you want to talk about anything else? Oh, hello, Stitches. I didn't realize you were sleeping back there. Hello, Kitty. Oh, does Kitty need lovin's now? Oh, Kitty needs lovin's. I got a cat on my shoulder now. This poor thing. It's just terrible. She has a horrible life. Ah! Cat, what are you doing? Okay, well... Alright, so... Come on. There we go. Pop! So, this past week I have worked on... the Fee model here. I'll eventually join the Discord. I just need to work on a mini comic before I do so. It doesn't happen to have a fan art room, does it? Yes, it has a fan art room. It has a general art room. So if you just whatever kind of art stuff you make, you can post there as well. I have it set up. I have roles set up to where you can just be a general, like, consumer or enjoyer of stuff. Or if you are an artist, that is a role. It's mainly just to show off who's going to be there and making art, and who's just kind of a fan in general. Cat, now's not the time to nurse on my mustache. But I'm so cute, Daddy. I'm just adorable. Yes, you are. But now's not the time. Cat, stop! Okay. Had to do a thing. Good. Yeah, we have... so I kind of sticking with a theme. I have some of the channels named kind of weird stuff. But I also have a channel that lists and explains all the other channels throughout the server. So if you are confused about any of them, that will be there to explain stuff. But I also have a channel for memes, a channel for videos, a channel for any kind of writings and stuff, general art, and Phee fan art. And then there's a channel for the Ask Phee Anything posts, and then there's one where I post just art of Phee. But yeah, so there is also a lore reference channel. That's where I put in all the language and titles and things within the Pheeverse. And there's a lot. So, if you are ever interested in all that stuff, I would recommend it. Anyway, so, yeah, I worked on this over the week and got the modeling done and the texture mostly done. Well, the modeling's mostly done as well. The thing I'm most proud of is this ponytail right here. The first version I made, I had to use like several objects and just kind of parented them together. This is one object. I figured out how to model it to where it looked like a thing. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. Her hair here took me forever because I was trying a bunch of different things and none of it was working. So I ended up just like making a shape and then just kind of making a simplified thing. I was overcomplicating it was the problem. But yeah, one of the things I want to tweak on here. That, and I need to move stuff more easily. I'm gonna move her. Here we go. one. Okay, I got X-ray on. Just wanted to give her legs a bit more shape. Can I just do like this? I can. Okay, cool. Yeah, they looked a little flat. Hello, Ooze. I'm new. May I ask questions? Yes, you can. I am a plethora of knowledge, whether it's accurate or not. Take information I give out at your own discretion. Oh, this was another thing I was really proud of. So I've baked in the lighting into the textures here. So when I did this scar here, I managed to get the polygons here matched up perfectly with the rest of the shadows on the neck. So I got this little effect of the shadow on the scar, and I was like, woohoo! I did a cool. I mean, it's nothing really, but I was happy. Does Phee have any family besides war family? No. So the way that Necroos, which is her race, the way that Necroos reproduce is they are born in birthing pods. So what happens is that, and they started this method like thousands of years ago, but essentially what it is they have, and at Necropole and also other population planets, I forget what I have the term for them. They have massive facilities that have like billions of gallons of DNA material. And what they do is that they take a portion of that DNA, filter it multiple times, and then they put it into a birthing pod, which then turns it into a zygote and then grows the baby. Once the baby has matured, it's birthed from it, and then it is taken care of by volunteer Necroos and Nullix units, which are what they call robots. They are cared for until they're able to walk and talk and stuff, and then they're sent to Viatorais, which are essentially enormous apartments. And they are, from that moment on, they live in those facilities, and they go to education centers to be educated in general knowledge, but then and also like their faith, and then they do a lot of different kind of teaching methods to see what the children are gravitate to in terms of like skills and stuff. And so then with that process, then they go through another process when they get about between about 13 years old, and that's when they start doing their military training, like using like actual combat training. Like they've had some of that, but it's like light, so they can get an idea of it and all that. But at this point, they have like actual like live ammunition training. Then they have very rigorous programs that they go through to really sift them out to where their strengths are, and then when they get to about around 20 years old, they then graduate and they go off to whatever they're assigned to be. And then they live their lives, and then when they die, their bodies are taken back to whatever population planet that they're from. They are then put through a process where it's like death rites, where the feats of their lives are recorded and put into a massive database, and then their bodies are injected with a material that breaks down their bodies to basically goop, and then they're put into back into the vats. They're filtered and put back into the vats, and then the process starts anew. That is how they reproduce, and therefore they don't have any actual family members. But they and because of this, they don't have any kind of like sexual drive or anything. So then they don't actually like fall in love to that extent. They still develop connections and stuff with other Necrus and all that, but there's no like need to reproduce on a genetic level or instincts to do that. So yeah, essentially all Necrus are asexual, including Phee. Well, almost all Necrus are asexual. There are the Extomorti that were born before they started doing that process. But they did that process because it helped the population focus more on the war effort. So yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell how that is. Another thing, is it fine if I put my name on the straw page when I sent my question? Yeah, it's not a big deal. I just take a picture, a screenshot of the question, and then just work with that. Some people have done it, some people haven't. It's totally up to you if you want your name to be associated with it. I try not to be picky with stuff, or try to be very controlling about a lot of things. My brain just turned off. Hold on. Brain not braining. Yeah, I just try to be... I have enough anxiety in my life. Trying to control things just gives me more anxiety, so, like, why would I do that? Just... C'est la vie. La vie. Don't understand that saying. Anyway. So... I think I had to fix a thing with the pants here because when I mirrored them and I moved them together so that she's standing more like this so the rigging's not all borked. The vertices here, so these dots all merged together, so I had to deal with that, and that was annoying. Because I didn't think about that. I made them too close. But yeah. I am pretty happy with how this looks. I don't know if I think if this is better than the first one. First one has a lot of charm because it's very blocky, but I like this one a lot as well. I'm going to make art now of Fee to spread the word. You do that, citizen. You do God's work and do that. And you better make sure that you tag me with it, because I want to see every single fan art that's ever made of Fee. Because I love all fan art. Makes me super excited. There's one person who's told me they're working on some fan art, and I'm just like, get it done. Make it done. I've been waiting for over a month. You're hurting me. I will. It may be bad, but it will be on pixel art. I don't care the skill level that is the fan art is made. I could not care less, because I love it all. It makes me super excited because you spent time to express your love for a character that I made. And for that, I will never take that for granted. I've been making stuff and characters and stories for like the 26 years. And Fee is the first time people have actually liked her, liked the character. So I do not take it for granted. So you make that fan art and you spread that word, because the more people that know about Fee, the better, because everyone should know about Fee. She is amazing and perfect. Anyway, I think that was the only tweet that I wanted to do. I remember a story of communist East Germany developing a Pong console, their only video game console. With this low poly model, I think of a hilarious non-canon event. Major Fee commissions a game company to make an N64 PS1 propaganda game where people play as her, purging the inferior species and hostiles. The punchline being she's the only one that can afford to buy it, making her the only player of her own game. That would definitely have to be a non-canon thing, because if that was actually made, Fee would buy like 1 million copies of it and then just give it to people. Because that's just how she is. She is, even though Necrus don't have families, they still have words, and they still have the words, and that they have their meanings. They have a bit of a different meaning to them. Like saying mom is more like a caretaker rather than someone who birthed you. So, and Fee is pretty much the only Kormatai, which a Kormatai is a person who owns a legion, basically. And she's pretty much the only one who takes extreme care of her soldiers, because she knows that almost all of them are going to die on every campaign that they go on, because they do insane campaigns. And so she makes it to where if they're going to die, they need to live the best lives they can. So she spoils them. And because of that, she is basically, from her troops, one of her nicknames is Murder Mom. That's why I put that one where she was holding that mug that said #1 Murder Mom, that she got from her troops. But yeah, Fee makes sure that her troops are taken very good care of, and she doesn't just throw their lives away like some others do. While dying is incredibly important in their belief, killing is more important, and she doesn't want their lives to be wasted when they could do more with their life before they die. So it took her a while to get that way. So like after some experience, she realized I should probably not be that way. Okay, I think we can go ahead and actually start rigging. So that's fun. Okay. And it's not where I want. Too close. Too close. Okay, I need to make save as I'm gonna have two different versions of her. I should probably also model her coat and everything before I rig. I just want this stuff so bad. But no, it would be smarter to model her coat and all that before I do that, before I rig it. So then I can just rig it all together. Why do I have to do things correctly? Man. Okay, so I want to start with her hat this time. I did her coat on the other model, but let's start with her hat. So I am in modeling. So let's add cube, shrink, up, too big. That's not what I want. This is what I want. So I have actually thought about making a game with Phee, and the thing that comes to mind would be one of those like horde-based survival roguelites, because I love those games, and it would be perfect with Phee. Especially like with her lore and all that, because every time she dies, she'll just come back after a little bit, and like you could say that like she's the points that she's putting in to like be better at all the stuff. It's just she's just taking experience points from what she's learned from the fights and doing all that stuff. So Major Phee going to be bald for a second in my okay. I mean that's she's usually bald in my whenever I draw her for a bit. Okay, make this be bigger. Now that I think about it, has anyone ever canonically stole her mask before, let alone try and wear it? I have not thought about that. I have started thinking about like how exactly her mask stays on, and it is kind of like fitted onto her face. Um, so it's kind of a like, it's, for lack of a better way to explain it, it's kind of suction cupped onto her face in a way. So they would have to rip her face off essentially. Because it is a custom made thing. But also, she is very protective of her masks. Not that she doesn't want to be seen or anything like that. It's just that that's become a symbol, is her mask. That and her Legion's insignia. So she's like very protective of that. Cat, will you stop being a butt? Don't sit on my keyboard. You are such a brat, I swear to God. Don't quote me on it, but I believe some people have developed masks with gasket edges that stick onto your face like a suction cup. Cat, what are you doing? No, you're not going to play with your tail on the desk. There's not enough room. You absolute pain in the butt. You can make a Phee face reveal. It's just not going to be canon. But you can do it. I'm fine with head cannons and AUs and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, Sledge has technically done that. And I find it hilarious. So, that pepper spray fan art, or that pepper spray the art in the showcase always catches me off guard. Oh, yeah, that Uwu made that. Uwu's made a crap ton of fan art in the beginning, and that is the raid spraying meme of the guy dressed up as that one character from Corpse Bride, the guy that is played by person whose name suddenly escapes me, even though I know a lot of his stuff. I imagine her with old yet young looking face with eyes that aren't the most sane looking. I mean, that could be accurate. Could be. I can see where the idea comes from. But yeah, when they made that, oh, I was laughing so hard. Although the one that I've laughed the hardest at is Uwu made like a compilation one that I think is in the slideshow. It was the first compilation one, and in the right corner, her character has blood on his crotch, and he's just like super proud and extremely happy, and just goes, and then she shot me in the balls. And it just kills me. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. Oh man, I was not ready for it, and I just fell apart. Ugh. I mean, to be fair, I made a similar joke with the swimsuit outfit on her Koikatsu model. Yeah, it was just so funny. All right, now, come on, there we go. And then, select that, delete, select that, mirror. Put on the clipping. Okay, now we can get started. How do I do this? Okay. I would need to loop there. I should probably put one there anyway. Then a knife. And then it'll just do it like that. Please tell me that didn't go. Okay. Okay, so since we did that, oh, we got ads coming in 5 minutes. So I will work on this for a little bit more, and then oop. Select. Come on, select. Select the thing. Oh wait, I probably. Yeah, that would still work. We're gonna delete those. Yeah, that's fine. I will need to. I need to figure something out with that. I actually accidentally made her neck too long, and it's funny looking. I've done that plenty of times. Like, oh gosh, she's a giraffe. No.API. Oh, did I get that? Yes, I did. I think instead of doing what I did, we're going to extrude. Let's see how that works. We're feeling black shirt or red coat. Right. I don't know. Her shirt's maroon, like a really dark red. I don't think she has anything on her that's straight up black. I mean, really dark grays on her hat and her shoes, but not necessarily. Did that work? I think it did. That's fine. If you want to use the colors in her reference sheet, you're more than welcome to. true. Yeah, so like I didn't label them, but the colors are like I probably should make like a palette thing. Now that you mentioned that. I'll try to get that done sometime soon. But if you're able to grab colors off of an image like what I do on Clip Studio, you can just take the reference sheet that I have pinned on my pixel art page, and you can just pick the colors. That's what I do whenever I'm coloring her. But yeah, if you're also more than welcome to ask me questions, like to make sure if you really want to make sure that you're getting stuff accurate. But I mean, it doesn't have to be accurate either. I've had people put wrong colors on things before, and it's totally fine. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, this is the worst thing. How dare you? I'm just going to be like, fan art! Ah! Alright, ad's about to start here in a few seconds, so we're just going to hold off for a bit. Yeah, when it comes to fan art, I'm like that one image of somebody who brought cake, but somebody who brought him like a bigger thing of cake. And I'm the person who showed up with a fork and a knife going, oh my god, 2 pieces of cake! Because that's how excited I get about that. Ooh. Since we got a minute, I'm going to check a couple things. First of all, how terrible is the, yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know how to set that, get that up so that it will work for vertical. Boy, popping up on YouTube, 1 view this whole time. Ha ha! And they stayed for a second. Ha ha! It'd be that way sometimes. Ho, 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 ho. Checking things. Alright, are we back from the ads? I hate the ads. I used to have it be a 3-minute ad roll, but... And I did that because it would get rid of the pre-roll, or it was supposed to get rid of the pre-roll. Come to find out, it didn't actually get rid of the pre-roll. So I was very upset about that, because that was the only reason why I had 3-minute ads. Because I was not getting jack or cheese. So I'm like, okay, screw it. They're going to get pre-roll anyway. I'm going to make the ads 1 minute just to get them out of the way. Just screw it. I had somebody sometimes people will send things on the straw page, and it's just like a word or a name, and I'm like, I don't know what you want from that. Like, somebody just put Hatsune Miku, and I'm like, do you want her dressed up like Hatsune Miku, or you want her opinion on them? What are we talking about here? What are we doing? I also had somebody put in a drawing and just says play Doom, and I'm like, I might do that, but I'm gonna wait until this model is all done and rigged up and animating before I do that. Because headcanon, not so headcanon type of thing. Like, okay, canon but not canon is what I'm trying to say. Phee is a massive fangirl for Doomslayer. Like, she would be that typical 1980s teenage girl who has posters of him plastered all over her walls. And it has, like, all memorabilia and everything. And, like, it's just, like, the biggest fangirl of Doomslayer. And, like, that feels so accurate that if Doom was in the same universe, it would be canon. That's the main reason why. Well, that was the main reason why I made that one drawing. But also, like, somebody asked about, like, who would win the fight, Phee or Doom Guy, and it's like, I feel like they wouldn't fight. I feel like she would just be like, oh my god, it's you, oh my god, posted. Hug me, this is not a request. I love it, it's adorable. Oh my god. Reposting. Okay. I love it. Let me save image. Here. Where's the fan arts? There it is. Gonna put you in here. All right. You are now added into the slideshow. It should appear on screen eventually. I just had a stupid but hilarious gag idea hit me while you're making the hat. Okay, follow me along. You know the slapstick cartoon logic of an extending finger poking someone? I believe so, yes. What if Phee weaponized her brim to shoot out and stab people? She would run around acting like a chicken, going bark, 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 and then stab someone in the face. Chicken attack! She would be doing that yodeling thing of chicken attack. Oh, that'd be funny. Why you not go? Wait, did I hit the? I don't think I hit the right thing. Okay, let me see if this will work. Not bad. Here we go. I'm cold. Let me grab my blanket from the other room. Okay. Take your time, but be quick. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want here. Here. Yes, it did. Alright, and then F. Put a face there. Okay, no, that's not. That was not correct. There we go. Then we put a face there. Welcome back. I cried a little bit when you were gone, but I got over it eventually. Alright, I want to put in an edge here. That. Mainly for texturing. More art for the cause. You do feel proud. Major, I think you broke the lens on my helmet. Why is your hat so pointy? Okay, I'm gonna do this next part. Let's go on this. I'm trying to think and it hurts. That there. And this. I don't want to overthink this, because that's what I did with the hair. But let me try this. Bring that up. Go back to select. Oh, God! Ah! I always get thrown off whenever I have, like, a bunch of notifications on pixel art. Because I'm like, either a bunch of people saw the Necry Phee piece, or somebody just found my page, and they've liked everything. Or it's somebody who's Haley, that likes to every now and then show up and just like everything. Posts, which tend to be reposts of images, will like the post and the image. And like, you don't have to like everything. If you like the image, you don't have to like the post of it. It's fine. It's fine to just do that. Let's lower this down. I feel called out. I'm serial like her most sites. Is the FEED model for VTubing or it just in general? Yes. That's the answer to that question. Yes. That's why I'm making 2 versions. Okay. Yep. I was overthinking it. I'm still gonna lower this. Yeah, Fee is also like I don't make a big deal of this, so don't feel too bad. A lot of people do it. But Fee is actually a chick, a female. But like so many people think that she's a guy that it's not a big deal. I just let them know that she's a her. But people do it so often that it's not a big deal. I have that so loud. But I'm not gonna change it because it's funny. And not get distracted. You're in the wrong part of town! Yeah, good luck with that. I'm super excited to see what you make. I need to. I forgot to. There. This. Is that where I want it? Did that? I'm in the hat. Okay. I just realized I did this wrong. Where'd they go? What was the hat? Did I hit the wrong thing? I probably hit the wrong thing. I tend to do that. I just want to add a little bit of roundness. Okay, I gotta... You
I'm getting upset with myself.
Can I hit shit? Nope. Okay, close enough. Alright, so now those are selected. GY because I said so. GY, stop back talking me. GZ, that's a good whatever it's called for Doom. Select those. VX. You know, for your graphics cards. Okay. I think that turned out pretty good. Let's get rid of these. Hopefully that doesn't affect. That shouldn't affect. Okay, cool. Sweet. I'm going to have these come out just a little bit. Continue with that little bit of roundness. Oh, there we go. It's very slight, but I know it's there. And that's what matters. Okay. So then I'm gonna need to make another texture thing for all this. That's fine. Yeah. Do I want to do what I did last time and just copy torso here to make the coat? So one thing with people keep on thinking that Phee is a guy. I've decided to just go all in on making Phee androgynous a fair bit. Like, she still got them legs and them thighs, because I will never sacrifice that. But she is flat. So, Art posted. Ooh, another one. I'm getting spoiled today. Come on, Pixel Art update. It won't tell me. So I've done that before. I've forgotten some design things. You know what? I'm gonna copy. That'll just make things a lot easier. I think. No. I'll give you this. I had the self-control of a saint when I made my model of Phee. Wakatsu is a great character maker, but it doesn't skip out on the anatomy part. Out of professional curiosity, no, I won't lead the major. I hope this comes off as respectful and not creepy. I'm expecting at some point at least one person's going to lose the major. But I will never do that. But I do appreciate that. And I also have noticed that model thing makes some shapely hips, no matter what. I don't know why it was not tagging me. It was not notifying me of this. Oh, okay. It is technically a hentai game. Ah, okay. Now more art! Okay. I was wondering about that. Well, not really. I was just more wondering like what the hell kind of program that was. But yeah, I just noticed that when you posted the last things with Phee, and I was like, "What? Everybody's got them hips. Them hips, though." Stitches, what are you doing? Gotta lay near Daddy. Is that how it is? My cat was laying by my feet because there's no room for her to lay on my desk right now. You gotta go. Oh man. Okay, well, I love the art. I appreciate it a lot, and I'm excited to see more. But yeah, have a good rest of your night or day or whatever. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow when we stream some gaming stuff. I now have a kitty in my face. Okay, I'm not going to copy the torso because I want to do some different shape things, and I feel like it's going to be a pain if I do it by copying the torso. Although I did that last time and it wasn't that bad. Yeah, we'll copy it. Is it shifty? Ah! Hold on. So first thing we need to do, select all of these and delete, and then select all of these. Ah! Cat! You are such a pain in the butt. But I'm so cute, Daddy. See, I give you kisses. This is what it's like to have a calico. And I love calicos. Do you even have to lick my eyes? Ow! Stop pulling my mustache! Are you a parrot or what? Ugh. This cat is... I swear to God. Did it do it? Okay. Clipping. It's hard for me to tell people why KK is a great character, make her a poser, when they auto-assume I only use it for the NSFW parts. It's kind of frustrating. Well, I didn't even know what kind of program it was. But I know that you can do all sorts of naughty stuff with any kind of character, pose, or creator thing, so... What are you doing? Can you get your claw out of my neck? Apparently Kitty needs to nurse on my mustache again. Ow! 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 If I do cross the line, you have my full blessing to draw feed beating me up. Okay, then. Can I get back to work, Cat? Okay, come on. Let me get down. Oh, ow, my butt. Okay. So, one of the reasons why I wanted to decide to go ahead and whoop, that's not it. Copy this is I'm going to bring this down. Take a knife. These subdivide. Yes, I want to move. Yeah, the last time I got butthurt of somebody making any kind of naughty stuff with the character was with my cat girl Vicky, but that was when I was like emotionally, well, not emotionally, I was very invested with that character and keeping her innocence. But I mean, I've grown up since then. I know that I can't control what people do when it comes to that. Oh, that is digging in. That's why it was doing that. There we go. It was really annoying when I had one guy just keep on coming into my streams and just like non-stop talking about her boobs. And yeah, I did make her with big boobs. But like that was the only thing he wanted to talk about. And I'm like, can we not? Of course, I think that guy was just a pure degenerate, so... Everything he said was rather unsavory anyway. Seems unsavory. I think I can get rid of these. Nope, wait, nope. There we go. That's not... I just need to press that. I have a meeting with myself, and then I forget what the meeting was about, so... Almost forgot to say, I like to incorporate symbols into character design. I think it's why I reverse engineered the idea of Phee's eyes highlights inspiring her target symbols, and the ancient Necru symbol being a birth burn mark on her face. I mean, that's an interesting headcanon, to say the least. Put in another loop. I should note, I made the face reveal interpretation was entirely without knowing the lore. I like to be creative just on a glance, hence said headcanon design. I do the same thing a lot, so I get it. the button. There we go. Get rid of these. And some of these. I think I'm just going to make her belt a texture and not mesh. That is going to require me to make another loop. I think I was going to need to do that. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Oh, that was too far. Okay, let's get these. I'm going to... Okay, if I go there, that might work. Now I need to include this one. Make her jacket a bit more poofed out. Now I'm going to need to include the back ones as well. Hit the right key. Correct keys make life better. Remember that, kids. Do the thing right, and your life will be a lot better. Lucky day. I think if I do this, I'm gonna do faces, grab these. Down to that one. Actually, first, before I do that, I need to make some adjustments here. No, no, no! Ah! There. I feel like we need an edge here. Brain, work, please. Help me. There are people. They're watching. Okay, so I did this so that I can do. Let's grab these. Just extrude a tiny bit, just to give that flap on her shoulders.
Express yourself.
Just to get that, and then we're gonna grab this edge, extrude out to.
Come to the light.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. Extrude. Just have it come out like that. And actually, extrude, then extrude again. I did that.
Your heart is the key.
Let's separate.
If
And
you want to feel free,
merge by distance. Okay, I'm gonna make them closer. Nope, I just need like that one. Let's do this. Smart. Wow. Okay, we are not where I thought we were. There we go. Move the camera. Make sure you're doing it right. Don't be like me, kids. Do things right. Oh, okay. Got that one. Probably should just go like this. Alright, merge by distance. Alright, that merged. Okay, now we can select this. Actually, I'm going to select this. X. And that. X. And essentially, there we go. It's a close approximation to it. Alright, and then back here, we're essentially going to do we'll do it with the faces. That's not the direction I want you to go, really. S is the direction. What are you doing? Oh. Okay. Alright. We'll do edge selection. That's not the one I want. Gotta get close. Oh, too far. There we go. Select this one as well. then you go down like that. Where's the edge? There it is. Just having this come down a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's worked. Just gotta flatten these out. And then no. Ah, itchy. Ah. Actually, I can't do it like that. But I need to go back. I guess this will need to stick out a little bit. I'm going to do the thing I was originally going to do. We're going to use an edge. But I foresee issues if I continue with what I was doing. Okay. Dying. Yep, Squirtle. Like these. Just flattening those out. Closer. Did that flatten them? Just looks weird. I think I actually need these to be up here. No. Okay. Okay. So far, so far. Yeah, so far, so far. Okay. Um, I'm doing it like this. Just to get it for now. I mean, this is how her coat would look if it wasn't weird. Which, I mean, this doesn't look terrible, but it's not fancy like Fee's. We make the joke about the hat pecking like a chicken, and I forgot that the folds on her coat are also sharp. Yeah, Fee may not have chesticles, but that doesn't mean she's not armed. I don't want this. I don't want that selected. No, wait. I forgot. I need to do this with each one until I find a better way to do it. Is it doing that because I have a clipping thing? Yes. You're not. That's not. That's not. No. That's not what I want.
I'm disconnecting from the world.
Can I just do it like this?
I'm breaking free, and I let my wings unfurl.
I mean, that
Escaping
worked.
the noise that
Then I
the
can
world has made.
put this back
The
here.
time has come.
Put clipping back on. Select that. Merge. And why are you not merged? Or are you merged? No, you're not merged. But you are. But you're not. What are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. That's what I wanted. Actually, it's the perfect system. You see, if a rogue soldier decides that he does in fact have needs and tries to motivate the major, his face will be sliced like ribbons on the folds. It's genius.
The time has come.
Yeah! You got it! Got an ad going. Yeah, I think that works. Because I copied the torso, it's made the texture on this the same. So that's gonna need to be... That's good. That's a problem. Oh, Kitty is eepy. Kitty's so eepy from being a pain in the butt. Yeah, I like how this is turning out. I like the way this coat's turned out better than the last one. I think this one's going to be easier to rig up. So, I think I'm going to call it here. We've been going for 3 hours. I'm very tired. But I'm surprised I did 3 hours. We did get a decent amount done. We got a Ask PHEE question answered. We got the hat modeled, and we got the coat modeled. I just got to make some tweaks with it. But, yeah, I think we did pretty good. Tomorrow, I will play Timberborn. However, I am going to have to start a new run because they had a big update recently, and all of my mods have not been updated, and so it crashes the game. So, I'm going to start a new run, but I'm going to do a different map. I'm going to do a map that not a lot of people do, but I feel like it has an interesting challenge with it. So, we'll be doing that tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then Sunday, we will continue work on the PHEE model here. And yeah, that's pretty much the plan. So, yeah. If you haven't read any of the PHEE lore, go read the PHEE lore. It's good stuff. Links, it's in the Wattpad. Links are in places where the links are. Follow me on all the things. Follow me here. Send me pizza. You know, show that you love me. Because somebody needs to. But yeah, so with all that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Where is OBS? Here it is. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow.